Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today, for Fantasy Month, we're reviewing the fantasy action movie Mythica A Quest for Heroes. This came out 2014. It's an hour and 33 minutes long. It's directed by Anne K. Black, who's like this, what was she again? Let me just double check. She was a production designer. And, wow, she's famous for Orcs and National Lampoon's Bag Boy, which I think I actually watched that movie back in the day. Yeah, she directed and written this fantasy adventure movie with Jason Fowler and Kynan Griffin. This was apparently a Kickstarter project. What was the budget for this? Let me double check. Budget. Because it was not that great. The budget for this movie was obviously not that much. Wow, it was $94,294. Huh. Well, they made it work. I'll give them that. They made it work. So this is like a series of films for the Mythica franchise, starring this female wizard Merrick. There's like, what is there, like 5 films? Yeah, there's, besides from the first one, A Quest of Heroes, you got the Darkspore, the Necromancer, which has Matthew Mercer, who is famous for doing the voice of Leon S. Kennedy. He did the voice for Leon S. Kennedy in like Resident Evil 4 through 6, and all the Resident Evil CGI films. He also did the voice for Leon. You got a Mythica for the Iron Crown, and then like the Godslayer. So like this movie, it's basically a D&D adventure movie, but it's not obviously not set in the D&D universe. The story is, you have this girl who's like a slave girl. She has like a crippled leg, and she's basically a slave being taught how to do magic by Kevin Sorbo's character, who Kevin Sorbo you'll know from the Hercules Legendary Adventure or Journey, which was a TV show by Sam Raimi, and you would have cameos by like Xena, and like Bruce Campbell plays this rogue character in both series, if I remember correctly. This movie we'll get into who are the stars for this movie. You got Melanie Stone as Merrick, Nicola Posener as Tila, Kevin Sorbo as Gojin Pai, which I saw some videos of him being interviewed while wearing armor. He's a fucking wizard in the movie, and he's only in the movie for like one scene. So, and he's on the cover, and he has like top billing. So it's like they're trying to trick people to watching this movie with Kevin Sorbo. Besides from like Hercules, what was his other series, like Andromeda? Like, people, like, did they honestly think he was gonna get, like, he has fans to get people to watch his shit? Which, well, I hear he's like a right-wing Christian guy, so maybe he has like a following of right-wing Christians to see his stuff. And you got Adam Johnson as Fane, who's in the party. There's like Merrick, the female wizard, Tila as the human priestess. Adam Johnson plays Fane, the human warrior, and you got Jake Stormoen as Dagon, the elf thief, and you got Christopher Robin Miller as Hammerhead, who's like this dwarf that runs Adventurers Tavern, where adventurers can go in and collect bounties and take out quests and drink and eat, shit like that. The story is basically after Melanie Stone as Merrick escapes from her servitude because she was a slave, ends up killing her master by accident. Apparently, she has secret like necromancy powers, so she runs away. She goes to the tavern and she meets Tila, who needs a group of adventurers to help her rescue her sister, right? Which in the beginning of the movie, you see her like temple be attacked by orcs and this evil necromancer. What was his name? Sorlock, who's like played by an Asian guy. There's not a lot of diversity in this movie. I saw like one black guy, and besides from Sorlock, that's about it. Yeah. So, and also some of the, except for like Nicola Posener, who's like an actual English woman, all the English accents or like the English accents you hear in this movie are fake. It's pretty much all American actors. So after that, after she meets up with Tila at the tavern, she forms a party with Thane, who saved her previously from slavers and ends up getting thrown in jail. Sorry, not jail. Put it in like a public cage. If you've seen like the movie Willow, like you know what I'm talking about. Like they in the Middle Ages they would put people in cages and hang them off trees or whatever. So she rescues Thane. He kills two of his fellow guards and like takes their weapons and armor, which I thought that was a little weird because this guy you would think is like a lawful neutral or whatever character, and he just kills his fellow guardsmen. That's a little fucked up. And they also recruit Dagon, who in a previous scene stole money from Merrick. They were able to like convince him to join their party, and on their adventure they fight orcs, they fight spiders, and the boss of the movie is an ogre. So what do I think about this movie? I would say the costumes were alright, the set designs were alright. There's some really kind of bad CGI monsters in the movie. The only like cool gore practical effect was in the tavern scene where you see the dwarf character throw an axe and behead a dude. Besides from that, there's not a lot of practical effects here and there, except for like there's this where you do see like a spider. After they kill it, it becomes a practical effect, and the main character of this movie actually uses the spider venom from the spider as a clever strategy to defeat the ogre at the end of the movie. Sorry to spoil the movie. And the movie obviously sequel baits to the sequel, which is the Darkspore. What I should mention, all these movies was on fucking YouTube, right? And then like the day I plan on fucking reviewing the first movie, it gets fucking taken down. So I don't know if they get notifications, because I put in the description for like 2 of my videos, hey, I'm gonna review this fucking movie. Like I think it was like 2 days ago, and like within 2 days they take down the fucking videos that linked to the movie. So I was fortunately enough able to get to watch this movie on BitChute. Could I have just rented it? I guess I could have. I just, it's Christmas time. I gotta save my money. Did I enjoy this movie? I would say halfway through I had to take a break because I was just like, oh my god. But I would say the acting was serviceable between all the characters. I did find it kind of retarded that you had like 2 of the characters constantly mock the priestess as God, which is how healing magic works, which is not really magic. It's like a miracle where they petition a god or goddess or whatever to help heal their target or whatever, right? So you retards like blaspheming to this healing god is not gonna help. It's gonna like jeopardize when you're fucking injured and you need their fucking help, and they're not gonna fucking help you because you fucking like pissed them off. It's like you guys are fucking retards. But with Merrick's character, which why did they give the main character a fucking male name? Just fucking name her Mythica or whatever. Like, what is the fucking name of this franchise a reference to? And I also heard there's like a book to this movie, so if you're more of a book reader, I guess check out the book. How fucking long could the book be? I have no fucking idea. I doubt it would be more than 200 pages, considering like how short this movie is. Yeah, is Kevin Sorbo in any of the sequels? Yeah, I can't believe they tried to fucking trick. I mean, most straight-to-DVD movies, they'll have like a somewhat famous actor, and a lot of the time they'll put them on the fucking cover to trick people to watching it, right? Like with if you ever seen, sorry, like I don't know the name of this movie, but like a few years ago, Jesse Eisenberg did a horror movie for a favor for a friend, and I think it was like Camp Blood or some fucking bullshit. And he ended up, his talent agency or whoever decided to sue them for putting his face on the cover of the movie, which is like, dude, that's kind of an asshole thing. You did agree to do the movie. Of course they're gonna put your fucking sorry, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's a chick. Okay. Because I'm like looking at Kevin Sorbo's like IMDb or whatever to see if he did the sequels to this movie. It doesn't look like it, and like his wife's name is Sam Sorbo. I'm like, what the fuck, Sam? I get it's short. It's short for Samantha, I guess. Sorry, Sandra. Her name is Sandra Lynn, but goes by Sam. In what fucking world is Sam short for Sandra? Like, oh my god. Then again, like Bill is short for William, so it's like whatever, right? So I'm stalling enough. What would I rate this movie? And it's like, I would, cause like honestly, I am a fan of these kind of adventure, like D&D adventure movies. But it's like, dude, I saw the fucking, what was it? Dungeons & Dragons Wrath of the Dragon God, which is the second Dungeons & Dragons movie. That movie, though, it probably had a lower budget than this movie. Aesthetically, it did look worse, but I would say that fucking movie is a little bit better than this one. I love how on like Google they say, hey, this is Kevin Sorbo's political party's Republican. It's like, go fuck yourself, Google. Yeah, so I guess when we can write down Kevin Sorbo as a base and red pill actor, other than Gary Sinise and what was his name, James Woods. Yeah, I don't know. I would give it. I would say the action was serviceable. The characters were okay. The writing for the movie, it's just generic fantasy writing. If I were to give this movie a rating, I would have to say it's about I would say it's a 5.5. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but yeah, it's still. I would still say it's average at best. All right, peace.